And once again, good morning world. It's about 10:35 in the morning on the 6th of June 2016. I'm looking at a chart of an event that happened nearly 15 years ago. I'm looking at the horoscope of the 11th of September 2001 in New York at 8:45 in the morning, the moment the first plane flew into the Twin Towers. The reason I'm looking at it is because it is 14 3/4 years since that event. 14 3/4 years, astrologically speaking, is exactly half of a Saturn return. And indeed, Saturn in the sky passed opposite Saturn of a 9/11 chart over the period of late February 2016 through to mid-November 2016, well, early November 2016. And this is a really good time to revisit that chart. I do suspect that news concerning the events of 9th of September 2001 are going to feature in the news again quite soon. And when I say quite soon, I think I can be, I'm sticking my neck out here, but I think I can be specific. On that day, Jupiter, there was a T-square between Saturn opposite Pluto, both square to the Sun, and Jupiter in the sky is going to conjunct that position of the Sun in early July of this year. So I do anticipate between now and the second week of July of this year some developments concerning 9/11 to become more public, more visible, more prominent. I'm not buying into conspiracy theories. I know a number of people who believe that 9/11 was the result of a terrorist outrage perpetuated by Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden and orchestrated from Tora Bora and the caves there, and that it was just purely Islamic fundamentalists. I also know a number of people who believe that 9/11 was a conspiracy and it was perpetuated by a cabal of Saudi princes, Israeli Secret Service and a few right-wing American generals. I suspect that neither is true. I don't know, and I'm not going to add fuel to any particular theory, but I'm sure that the real truth concerning 9/11 has yet to emerge. At the time, shortly before 9/11, 2001, I was fortunate enough to write in a national newspaper around in Jonathan Kahner's column in the Daily Mirror on the 6th of August 2001 about how the Saturn-Pluto opposition was directly affecting America's horoscope, and it was time for more transparency and more truth on the grounds that we are all entitled to a transparent and clean future. 14 3/4 years on, Saturn half return. There's going to be some upsurge. There's going to be something welling up from underground. There's going to be a time of revelation coming here. And there's likely to be a few new stories around 9/11 emerging over the coming 4 to 6 weeks. I'm convinced we don't know the full truth. We may not know the full truth until the Saturn return of 9/11, which isn't going to be until about 2031. Early 2031. Still, I doubt if I might be around by then. I hope so, because I'd like to hear what comes up at that time. But I do anticipate developments in the short-term future. Watch this space. There's likely to be a few public figures enmeshed or dragged through the mud in certain ways regarding this, and it isn't over yet. It isn't over. So watch this space, and if you hear news around the events of 9/11 over the coming 4 to 5 weeks, don't be surprised. There you go, that's my take on 9/11 from a 2016 perspective. Catch you later, world. Bye.